Ranger Stadium hosts another big-time game tonight as the Smithson Valley Rangers host the Rockets from Judson. It's those Rockets that are 5-0 overall and 3-0 in district and in number one place in that district. So the 2-1 Rangers would like nothing more than to knock them off that perch. Good evening, everyone. This is Tony Brubaker alongside former Baylor Bear and Washington Redskin Jeff Gandy on what was a very rainy night. All of a sudden, the rain seems to be slacking off a little bit, and we'll just have a windy, chilly, formerly rainy night.
Which one's going to be able to put some pressure on the offense? Which one's going to make the offense make mistakes? I think that's what's going to be the difference here tonight.
We've got a good one coming up for you right now in the pregame show. We're going to take our first time out. We come back, we'll have more of the pregame show here at Ranger Stadium on the Rangers Network.
Our family at Summer Hill Dental is part of the community, and we've either been Rangers, are Rangers, or soon will be. Dr. Matt Bayless and Summer Hill Dental have been taking care of Ranger smiles for over a decade because we are your Smithson Valley dentist.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal ISD. The Comal Independent School District is a fast-growing and innovative district with more than 23,000 students. Families are attracted to Comal ISD because of its family values, neighborhood schools, and safe environments. Come to Comal ISD. And Chicken Express, home of world-famous chicken tenders and legendary Chicken-y sweet tea. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express. And Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event, too. Welcome to Texas 46.
Welcome back to Ranger Stadium. Tony Brubaker, Jeff Gandy. Glad you tuned in tonight. The Rangers and the Rockets of Judson High School. Judson, one of the best teams in the state right now, tops in the district at 3-0. And somewhere ranked in the state, and everything's a little bit different, so I won't quote any one, but they're in the top 10 in the state and probably number 1 or number 2 in the area, as they are a powerhouse this year. The Smithson Valley Rangers have beat them the last 2 years, including that overtime win a year ago over in San Antonio. And I know this is a big game for both teams because the 2-1 Rockets could vault themselves into a first-place tie by knocking off the first-place team.
Yep. And you know, when you're undefeated and you're the big dog in the area, you get the best of everyone you play against. So don't expect anything less here tonight when the Smithson Valley Rangers are hooking it up with their Judson Rockets. I think it's going to be just a heck of a ball game. And the weather now might be a little bit of a factor, Tony, because it looks like it's starting to rain again.
At least a heavy mist moving left to right as we look at it from the press box.
The wind blowing.
The Rockets won the toss and chose to defer. So the Rangers will receive the opening kickoff. It looks like it is Humberto Villarreal who handles their kicking chores, will kick it off. Sill and Wells are deep as the wind knocks the ball off the tee, which tells you, yes, indeed, it is a little bit windy out here tonight. In fact, the flag is it's straighter than it is limp right now because it is getting windy.
Yeah, it's whipping right now.
And the misty rain that we see across the lights are moving a heavy, heavy left to right. So I guess the wind over 20 miles an hour blows the ball off the tee again, and I think they now have a holder as Joel Crawford, a senior receiver and safety, will come in and hold it so it doesn't blow off the tee again. So we're almost ready to get underway as the play clock runs down. Villarreal makes the approach and will put a toe to it. Kick isn't deep. Wells has it at the 10, left sideline. Has it across the 20, gets a little bit of a gap, now has middle up the 40, the 50, into the Rocket territory before he's finally shoved out of bounds. But Cason Wells, the freshman, does a great job of returning it before he's shoved out of bounds by Kenyon Morgan. And the Rangers will start this first possession in great field position.
No better way to start this heavyweight fight is to have a great kickoff, opening kickoff return down in your opponent's territory. I tell you what, the Smithson Valley Rangers look like they're not tight at all coming in this game.
Smithson Valley will have the opening possession of the game by receiving the opening kickoff. And the return of about 51 yards by Wells will start the Rangers off 1st and 10 from the Judson 40. 2 receivers, 1 to either side. A couple of running backs. The snap goes high. Levi can't catch it cleanly, and the loss back to the 50 as he falls on the ball at the 49-yard line. And the Rangers will have 2nd down and 19 on a miscue from the first go.
Might be a little tight. Looked like Levi was looking downfield before he cut the snap from the center. This time they're back there, almost in their own territory. So this is a big down here.
It is. Needs some positive yards on 2nd and long. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. A little bit high, but Levi corrals it. Now he wants to throw back across the field and almost gets picked off. Looking for Wells. The ball was underthrown and inside when it needed to go outside, and the ball was harmless to the ground as Michael Washington didn't catch it.
Yeah, it looked like just a little bit of a throwback to Wells. He had good position in front of Michael Washington, the cornerback, but again, Levi just kind of underthrew him a little bit.
A wet ball, we've talked about how much impact that will have because the officials do a pretty good job of keeping it dry, but the first 2 possessions have been troublesome. It's 3rd and 19. Levi takes it, gives it to Fortin. He's going right. Fortone is hit in the backfield and a loss as he will be marked back in Smithson Valley territory at the 48 as that Ranger defense. We've talked all pregame and not necessarily all on the air, but you can't run wide on them because their speed's better than yours.
Yeah. In other words, they got team speed on that defensive side of the ball, and that time Jellison was all over that end around at that time by the running back, and he had nowhere to go. You got to go upfield and not horizontal on this Rocket defense.
Gilliam to punt. They put a rush on. It's an end-over-end kick heading to the right sideline and will go out of bounds at the 22-yard line. So a 30-yard punt, no return by Gilliam. And the Rockets will start from their own 22, 1st and 10.
Well, it looked like after the opening kickoff, the Rangers had great field position, but they just looked a little tight on offense with that first snap going over Levi Williams' head. And that really put him in a detriment going off in this first series.
Not a lot of plays you have in your sheet there for 2nd and 19.
Nah, not a whole lot.
So the Rockets will run on 1st down. Quarterback Chandler comes out the right side, finally gets shoved out of bounds. Only a short gain as he is hit there by Cullen Betsy. I think he might have got about a yard on it up to the 23, so it'll be 2nd and 9. That time just a little RPO kind of run and or even a veer look almost.
Yeah, Chandler, that was a classic RPO, and he saw that the end had caved in, so he kept the ball around the end. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get any further.
This time McCormick takes the handoff. He goes wide, left side, gets shoved out of bounds out across the 35, so a big-time gain, a 1st down gain before the Ranger defense gets him out of bounds.
We got a flag down too, Tony.
And there is a flag on the play.
I didn't see anything over there along the sidelines unless you did.
I did not. It's against the Rangers.
It looks like hit out of bounds.
It is a personal foul.
Goodness gracious.
That'll put it into Ranger territory. A 15-yard mock-off against the Rangers after a 1st down run by McCormick. So 1st and 10 for the Rockets from the Ranger 48. They give it to McCormick again, going left again. There's a hole. Finally, it is Nutt who tries to wrap him up and finally gets him out of bounds, but not until another 1st down run inside the Ranger 30 or just beyond just in front of the 30. At the 31 is where they'll mark him out, but another first down run for McCormick.
Yeah, nothing fancy, just zone read, and it's man-on-man blocking. And that time, the left side of the offense for the Judson Rockets overpowered the Rangers.
This time McCormick comes right. They has a seam again. Good blocking by the Rockets gets him inside the 30, the 20, the 10, and finally shoved down at about the 6-yard line. That looks like Witcher chased him down there. And the Rocket offense is running the ball very effectively right now with some great seams for their running back McCormick.
That was designed to actually hand the ball off left but run right with a pulling guard, Kyle Molden, leading the way through the whole good-looking play.
First and goal from the 5. Chandler keeps it. He's going to run right. Gets bumped, gets shoved, now gets stopped. Good help. Initially on the bottom of the pile is 34, Mason Livingston. Got a lot of help from Zoig and others. Stopped him right at the 5. It's second and goal from the 5-yard line.
It'd be a huge win now for the defense, for the Rangers. If they were able to hold them for 3 points, this would be huge.
McCormick. And there's a legal procedure, I think.
That'll bring him back.
Somebody jumped. And instead of second and goal from the 5, it's now from the 10. So play calling is a little different, leaves up more room for a pass. But they've been so run happy, I can't see him doing anything but that right now. McCormick goes to the right of Chandler. Rangers do a little movement on the line. Now Chandler gives it, keeps it, and scrambles into the end zone. It's something you see occasionally in football. The defense is there. They're just getting blocked so well they can't get off their blocks.
They can't get off the blocks. Exactly. It's man-on-man blocking, and that time Chandler just fakes the ball to McCormick, and McCormick becomes a lead blocker, and Chandler just follows right behind him right into the end zone. It's a good-looking play, well-designed and well-executed.
So Chandler scores from 10, and the kick is good. So at the 9:20 mark of the first quarter, the Rockets have struck pay dirt first, and they lead this one 7-0. We're back after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
Chicken Express is the place for legendary chicken tenders, the freshest sides, and the best sweet tea in Texas, Chicken Sweet Tea. Let's give a big thank you to the Brown family for supporting all the high schools in the area for over a decade. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express.
Back to Ranger Stadium where the Rockets will kick off again. 6 plays, 78 yards, their scoring drive. Took a little over 3 minutes.
That was a missed opportunity on the offensive side for the Rangers, not being able to get any points on the board and turning the ball over.
Sill from the goal line, has room up the middle. He's across the 20, the 30, the 40. He's got one guy to beat. He gets caught from behind. Ethan Still finally shoved down as the Rangers, for the second time in a row, return a kickoff to the Judson 40-yard line. So the Rangers will start first and 10 from the Judson 40 for the second time in a row. Now the Rangers have to settle down and run some plays.
That's what I just said. They need to settle down, run your offense, execute your blocks, and just manage the game.
Rangers kickoff returns have been solid all year long, but tonight 2 big ones right off the start. A man in motion, Williams, gives it to Fortone, going left, nothing there. Gets blocked back about a yard, a loss of a yard on the run, so it's second down and 11. Our offensive line having trouble with the difference. Obviously, the 2 men in the middle we told you about, both Leal
and Williams,
and Crane, the other tackle, and Jellison, Cloud, Waters, and Wood, a 7-man front that makes a lot of plays. So second and 11 for Williams. Fakes it to Fortone, throws over the middle, has a man open, throws it behind him, and getting popped is Jeremiah Gilliam, who took a shot after missing the pass, so it's incomplete brings up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, that was a good call, actually, that time. And just Levi Williams just missed the mark that time because Gilliam was running a skinny post right in front of the safety, and he was open. That would have been a huge pickup there on 2nd and long.
Would have been your chance for a first down. And we're still looking on our second drive for a first down. So it's 3rd and 11 from the 41 of Judson. Wells in motion, finally lands on the right side. Williams wants to roll left, has pressure, avoids the pressure, now has a man open, but he throws it across the middle, which you don't want to do in football. Looking for Howell, it's knocked away, it's incomplete, it's 4th down.
That was very ill-advised to throw back across the middle of the field like that, because we're really lucky that was not intercepted.
So for the second offensive drive, the Rangers have gone 3 and out, and they'll have to punt with Jeremiah Gilliam. 8:28 to go. The drive about a minute long with 2 incomplete passes. Gilliam's kick is blocked. The Rockets pick it up, and they'll return it for a touchdown, I believe. It's at 32, Corey Parks, a defensive lineman. It is blocked and returned for a touchdown.
It can't get any uglier than this to start the football game off.
And the Rangers are down 13-0 with an extra point to come.
We're barely in the first quarter now, and you're down 14 points against the #1 team in the city.
Right.
That's tough.
Right. The extra point try is up, and it's good. And just like that, with 8:18 to go in the opening quarter, it's a 14-0 Rocket lead. We're back after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
With GVTC Connect Home, I can get 24-hour-a-day security monitoring and even get alerts on my phone while I'm on the field at practice. I can lock and unlock my doors, arm and disarm the system remotely, and even see who's on my front porch right here on my smartphone. Coach, wipe your feet.
Let GVTC give you peace of mind when you're not at home. Sign up for GVTC Connect Home today.
And we're back to Ranger Stadium, where the Rangers have found themselves in an early hole, down 2 touchdowns to the #1 team in the district, Judson. First an offensive drive of 78 yards, then a blocked punt. This kick, a line drive kick taken by Wells at the 11. Left sideline, has some room again, finally tripped up across the 30, falls down at about the 36 or 37. We'll see where they spot him. And that's where the Rangers will start. Not nearly as good as before, but still starting at the 35 is better than your own 10.
Absolutely. I tell you one thing we know for sure, the kickoff return team is really working and humming here tonight.
Yeah.
They've done well. You don't want your kickoff return team to be this busy in the first quarter, though. That's the difference.
So the Smithson Valley from their own 35 with 8:13 to go in the opening frame tries to get a first down. Here's Franco. Has some room on the right side. He's got a first down across midfield before he's finally brought down. The first time tonight we've seen a hole for a running back as they went right behind the big guys of Brooks and Copney. And Franco gets a first down into Rocket territory at the 47.
The Rockets' defense is so fast, Tony. They've got so much speed. A lot of times you don't want to go horizontal and play to it. You want to go right at them. That last play, that time the front went right off tackle. It was wide open for a good gain.
Franco's run of 18 yards, the biggest gain so far of the range. In fact, the only offensive play that's gone to positive yardage.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 from the Rockets' 47. Levi has Fortone, or is it Franco? No, Fortone's in there. A throw quick out to the side, too high for Sills, and he gets popped again. Our receivers are going to pay for misses when we don't connect. They'll probably get hit when they connect it too, but right now twice the pass has been errant and our receiver's been hit pretty hard.
Well, I think also Levi's, the first 2 passes were a little low. Now the next 2 passes have been a little high. He needs to settle down, get his feet planted, and just start throwing the ball like he can.
2nd and 10 from the 47. The Rangers have 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to either side. Here's Fortone going right, turns up, not much. Looked like one of the big tackles had him. That looked like Williams, who decided to say no more. So back to the original line of scrimmage. It's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, and Leo, we'll probably be calling his name. Leal, he was in on that tackle too, the 6'6", 280-pound defensive end. So, yeah, now you're behind the chains. 3rd and 10. This is the one thing you can't let this Judson Rocket team force you into, because this is when they come after you with blitzes.
So the Rangers send one receiver right, 2 to the left.
Here
Williams wants to throw. A blitz coming. His throw to Wells is low. I think they give him credit for a catch, but only a yard or 2 yards up to the 44-yard line. Make it a 3-yard catch, and it'll be 4th down. And the Rangers right now look like they might be going for it. 6:39 on a running clock, play clock under 25 now. Rangers might be going for it here midway through the first quarter. Play call from the sideline. Here comes the offense. It is 3rd down and about 7 from the 44.
One-on-one at the top.
They want a blitz. In motion, Gilliam. Williams has a chance, throws down the field, has a man, it's Wells, and they can't connect.
Yeah.
If the ball's a little further inside, I think Wells can run to it. Levi threw it a little too far to the outside, and the Rangers will turn it over on downs at the 44-yard line.
It was a good call, though, and the right call to make, because Wells was one-on-one on the top side with the corner, and Wells has 2 or 3 inches height advantage over the corner. So Levi Williams sees that, makes the call, makes the throw. He just overthrew Wells a little bit. Unfortunately now for the Rangers, they got to right back on the defensive side and didn't pick up another 1st down.
1 first down to their credit. The Ranger defense now has to come back and stop the Rockets, which they've had trouble doing. Here's a jet sweep with the receiver. That's a good run down the left sideline. As he turned the corner quickly was Anaya Spencer, the senior who's caught 3 passes this year, makes a big run there into Ranger territory at the 39. So a good gain of about 17 yards on the run. Chandler throws it out. Here is Spencer again. Now he's got room on the right sideline. And put the ball on the ground, and it'll be picked up by the Rockets. That's Bailey Davis who picks up the loose ball. And the Rockets will keep it at the 18-yard line as Spencer did a nice job on the throw and catch, or a catch and run.
Yeah, that was RPO written all over it. He saw that he was wide open, and all he had to do is just pull the ball and throw it to a wide-open receiver.
Rocket defense, or the Rocket offense, taking care of the Ranger defense right now. Chandler a keeper around the right side.
This will come back.
And there is a flag on the play. The run by Chandler up to the 12, but I believe that's where the infraction was. That'll probably go back against the Rockets.
You know, going back to that previous play on the RPO pass, Betsy, number 28, the corner for the Rangers, he was in position to get that ball. I think he just lost concept of the play wasn't over, and it wasn't over. The ball was on the carpet. He had a chance to get that ball.
So the mark off is about 10 yards.
Spot foul.
I'm sorry. It's going 15 yards. A little puzzling there. Or is that just the 10 yards from the line of scrimmage?
It was 10 yards.
Okay. So from the 27, Chandler a delayed handoff to McCormick. And he's brought down by Witcher.
Yep.
As he did a nice job going right and then deciding to shift to the left. And as he did, Witcher was the only guy there. And good job by Trey to bring him down in the open field. A gain of about 1 makes it 2nd down and 19.
That's what you're talking about, getting off the block and making a play. Trey Richard did a nice job doing it that last play.
Now they've got him in the backfield. Fighting is Chandler. Boy, the defense got through that time, got into him. I don't know who it all was. I know it was Gibbons and Witcher and looked like Zoig as well. But a loss back to the 30 or the 28-yard line.
Looked like a run blitz that time, Tony. They put him in the pressure situation that they're in now, 3rd and really long. This is a tough call.
Ranger defense trying to get a stop here. Chandler wants to throw, has a screen left side. It's McCormick. Beats Witcher, but then it's chased out of bounds and pushed out of bounds by Greg Eggleston. And the Rangers get off the field on this one. Back at the 28 or 29-yard line, he's pushed out of bounds. The 29's where they'll spot it. It's 4th down. Will the Rockets go for it, or will they try to kick a field goal? And I don't know. The longest field goal of the season for Villarreal is 41 yards. This would be about 46 or 47.
They're lined up for an offensive play.
So they will run the ball, or run a play. And Chandler looks down the right side, looking for Bailey Davis. Betsy has coverage and knocks it down.
Good job.
Bailey Davis tried to go up and high point it up above Betsy, but no luck as Betsy got a hand on it. And actually, was that Jackson Senny who did it?
Yeah.
So it is good coverage by the Rangers, and for the second drive in a row,
That's
the
huge.
offense turns it over on downs, and for the Rangers, that's a big stop.
Oh, this is huge for the Rangers, for the defense to step up. We talked about in the pregame, the defense is going to have to win this game for Smithson Valley. This time they had their backs against the goal line. Thankfully, for a couple penalties, pushed the Rockets back. They held them on 4th down. This is a huge turn of events here.
So from the 29, Williams hands it off. And it is Franco who gets a couple of yards up to the 32, a gain of 3, but a little more of a seam that time, Jeff, that all of a sudden our running backs seem to have some kind of a lane to try to squeeze through.
RPO back to the weak side. And again, when you run up the middle, when you got speed on the edge, they get it so far upfield, you run right up the middle. And the last 2 times they ran that play, they had big gains. Well executed.
2 backs, 2 receivers. Williams hands it off again. This is Franco again, going left, gets popped, stays on his feet, then falls down.
He almost kept his feet on that one.
Boy, that was a shot he got.
Not too sure who delivered the wood on that one.
I think it was Morgan who hit him. Give him a gain of 2 up to the 34. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Rangers on a couple of runs by Franco, a couple of tough runs.
Yeah. Franco's not very big, but I tell you what, he runs really tough. It takes more than one tackler to get him down.
Williams takes the snap, fakes the handoff, has a throw, and the receiver kind of got tangled up. Coverage on the play, intended for Chandler Cole, but the defensive back on that side had him tangled up pretty good. I think it was Washington. And it goes incomplete, so it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, Cole's got to get work off of that. If he's got the corner pressing him, he needs to get inside position and get his arms around him and do a swat and swim move to get in position to make that catch.
Gilliam, who had his punt blocked last time, sends a kick to the right side, hits it about inside the 40, and the Rangers will pick it up there. I think they'll mark it somewhere around the 38. That's where the Rockets will start. 1st and 10.
Well, the defense rose up and did a nice job the last series. Then they're got to do it again. And they're going to have to play great all game long to get their offense finally in the position, and the offense get some sort of rhythm to get them back in this football game. Actually, a turnover right down here would be perfect.
So the defense is called again. The field position battle hasn't been bad for the Rangers. In fact, it's been on a plus side more than anything. The Rockets will start. They want to throw. Chandler looks, then has pressure, then gets hit, then gets away, then has more pressure, and finally brought down. See who it was that got him. Hobeck, I think. Tanner Hobeck was in the backfield chasing after him, and a sack of Chandler brings up 2nd down and long.
Huge for Hobeck to get that kind of pressure, and that's what you have to do with Mike Chandler. He's such an athlete, but he doesn't like someone in his face. He wants to get out of the pocket, and when you put pressure on him like that, he tends to come up with a negative
Here's
play.
McCormick, spins away from a defender. 1st down yardage across midfield. Finally shoved out of bounds near the 40, maybe just inside the 40. But just like that, after you bog him down on 1st down, a 2nd down, just off-tackle run, and he makes some great moves to get away from defenders at the 38.
Well, this may be coming back too, though, Tony. There's a flag on the field. Looks like there's holding on the perimeter. No? Yep.
They do call it.
Yep. Holding on out there. I thought I saw something. The way the cornerback. Who was that? I think it was Nutt. He was being held out there because he couldn't get off the block. I was wondering why he didn't make the tackle when he was in position to make it.
So it is 3rd down and 1 as they mark it back. The penalty infraction was about the 42. They go back to the 47 of Smithson Valley.
spot foul.
So 43 back to the 47. It's second, and about a yard. Chandler takes the snap, gives it to McCormick. He gets a yard maybe before the Rangers finally tackle him. And
good job by Witcher that time, coming off his block from his defensive tackle position and making a big hit. Just barely get enough for a first down.
Tanner Hobeck comes off after losing his helmet on the play. See what the gang can do. 1st and 10 from the Judson 49. Chandler did a nice fake. They tackled McCormick, but Chandler keeps it and spins and spins and spins again across the 40, the 35, as he made at least 2 different Rangers miss him with that spin move, and he gets a first down in Ranger territory at the 33-yard line.
A little like Houdini getting out of the jam. I mean, he just was spinning, moving, ducking and jiving, and picked up a huge first down for the Rockets.
It's like they have Vaseline on their uniforms, the way they spin and get away. The rain does that. Here's McCormick, left side, kicks it outside, gets a bump, then Nutt knocks him out of bounds, but not till he's across the 30. At the 20, now they've spotted at the 30.
Yeah.
So it'll be second down, and we'll call it 7.
I think, if you're in this situation where you're really running the football fairly well, I would look for a little play action pass when it's second and about 4 for a first down. Here we go.
Long pass, Chandler down the sideline, intended for Bailey Davis. Good coverage by Nutt, and it goes incomplete. It's third down.
Yep. You could just sense what they're doing offensively when they're running the football off tackle and they're running outside. They're just setting up for that play action pass. And when you got 2nd and 4 or 5, this team loves to throw the football in that situation because they feel like 3rd and 4 they can pick that up.
So it is 3rd and 7 from the 30-yard line. 3 receivers. There's a screen knocked down. That's Trey Moore. Big Trey Moore, the sophomore defensive end, got a hand on it, knocks it incomplete. It's 4th down.
Huge. Trey Moore, if he wasn't going to get to Chandler, who was coming off the edge, he just gets his hands up. And Chandler's not a really big guy, so when he throws the football, that time Trey Moore was just getting up off his feet and was able to block it down.
Trey Moore, the 6-foot-tall, 250-pound sophomore defensive end who has 15 tackles on the season, had 4 tackles and 2 for loss last week. On 4th down, the Rockets go for it. And there's pressure. That's Witcher. He's got him down in the backfield. Chandler sacked after a loss of almost 10 yards. The Rangers will take over from their own 42 after the 10-yard loss.
Huge defensive stance again by the defense of the Rangers, coming up big time to stall the drive for the Rockets and then making 2 big sacks on Chandler and turning the ball back into the Rangers offense.
So the defense of the Rangers has said, we'll keep you in this one right now. Come on, offense, let's go.
Yeah, they need to do something here.
From their own 42, the Rangers will start 1st and 10, 1:38 to go in the opening quarter. It is 14-0, Judson on top of the Rangers. The Rangers, who have a couple of first downs, need some more. 2 receivers left, 2 backs. Now Wells in motion. Levi's going to keep it for the first time, and he'll get a couple of yards before Leal and all the rest of the Rockets wrap him up and throw him back.
That's all right. That's actually a good call. You need to get Levi Williams in the flow of this game, and then you got to attack him between the tackles because they're so athletic on the edge. You go right up the middle. You can get 3 or 4 yards maybe on a pop. 3 times 4 isn't 12. It's actually first down. And you just keep doing that methodically down the field. That's how you beat the Judson Rockets. Keep their offense on the sideline.
And the Rockets now with 2 backs in the backfield. Want to run it left. Fortone has some blocks, has a seam. Gets 4 or 5 before he's wrestled down. Nice tackle by Rashad Wisdom, a former running back, now a safety.
A couple of good blocks out there on the perimeter, too, by the offense. That play right there was well executed. Again, going wide, which is, I don't know, I had a disaster written all over, but a couple of really good blocks on the perimeter that gave Farton the enough room to make it.
So 3rd and 4 from their own 48. The Rangers need to dial up a first down play here. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. They'll give it to Franco, who gets away from a tackler, then runs across, and there's a flag on the play. Might have been a face mask on the first guy that ran into Franco, and that's my guess as he gains up to the 49, which will be about a yard shy of a first down. But I believe the Rangers are going to get a first down by penalty here.
Yeah, number 28, Kevin Wood, the linebacker, actually came in on a run blitz, and he got just enough of his face mask, to your point, Tony. But he was in the backfield and almost disrupted that whole play.
Well, he came up and had Franco
almost,
except for all he got was face mask. All I know is I remember he got bumped. I didn't, and that after the flag came out, then I guess that's what it was.
Yeah.
So it is a first down by penalty up to the 35-yard line of Judson. So the Ranger offense gets another first down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. So we are moving into the second quarter with the Rangers down to the Rockets. The score right now is 14-0. Judson on top. We're back after this timeout.
Let's go. Hurry up. Get the play in.
Okay, here we go. Left retainer. Headgear. No popcorn. Straight teeth.
That's a good call.
Headgear? Straight teeth?
Yeah. Good call.
What's going on here? I thought I left you in charge. It was a good call.
It was a great call. Really good call.
Okay. Run the play.
Back to Ranger Stadium. The Rangers 1st and 10 from the Rocket 35 as we come back to play. The Rockets leading at 14-0 here, start of the second quarter. Levi, play fake, throws it down the field, looking for but incomplete as Gilliam is the receiver. Thought he was getting held up by the defensive back who just had good position on him from what I saw.
We have illegal lineman downfield, so that'll back it up another 5 yards as well. You know, Gilliam had inside position on the corner, Washington, but wasn't able to get that separation. And what he needed is another separation, a little bit of separation for that ball to be dropped in the bucket. Otherwise, is overthrown.
So the Rangers will have another first down try, but this time from 15 yards. And here's probably a legal procedure again, so now it'll be 1st and 20.
Well, just shooting themselves in the foot here. You had great field position on the 35. Now you're back to the 45. First down and 20. Not a whole lot of good calls in 1st and 20.
We talked about this in the pregame. You can't shoot yourself in the foot against a defense like this. You have to be efficient and limit the mistakes. Right now, 2 big ones back to back make it 1st down and 20. They bring 6. Levi wants to throw and across the middle, and it's knocked down. Should have been intercepted. Joel Crawford had his hands on it, I believe, or was it Wisdom? Looks like it was Wisdom. He's doing push-ups now for missing the interception. That one intended for Ethan Sills, but just not thrown far enough.
No, ill-advised. He's throwing into double coverage too. That had interception written all over it. Levi's lucky that didn't get intercepted.
Indeed. So it's now 2nd down and 20 from their Judson 45. 11:50 to go in the second quarter. Williams fakes the throw, then does a quarterback draw, gets a couple of yards up to about the 42. But now it'll be 3rd down and 17.
Wow. Tough call here when you're trying to get some sort of momentum offensively. And nothing really seems to really stick and get going.
With the way momentum is, this could be a 4-down situation, even though you're at the 40. So do you go try to get 10 or 15 and know you got to set it?
Yeah, 4th down. And you got
4th down and 5 or 6.
You have to. This is 4-down territory, and you got to win it to back.
Yeah, 3rd and 17.
Run blitz.
Here comes a blitz. Levi's going to throw it away because he's got no hope as he's being chased by 4 white jerseys.
Yeah. What did you expect him
Williams
to do?
and Leal and Cloud all in the backfield. So it is 4th down. From the 42, they'll bring the punt team out.
Yeah, you had 3rd and long, and you know that Judson, with all their speed and talent, they're just going to come after you.
Well, as I mentioned, that was the 290 and the 310-pound guy chasing him. Okay, now Cloud only goes 175, but the other two are, 3 bills up there.
Yeah.
Snap is good. Whistles happen. The punt by Gilliam's is best of the night. Would have gone down at the 1 yard line.
Oh, no.
So the Rangers, illegal procedure, will make it take the ball back to the 47.
Going back to that last 4th down play, Tony, we did a little research ourselves, and this Judson Rocket defense has 35 tackles for losses just in 5 games. They're averaging 7 a game. They're going to come after you when it's 3rd and long. They're going to blitz you, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Gilliam tries it again. This punt, a spiraling punt, will be fielded by Wisdom. He's got a seam right side, gets through the initial crowd. One to beat him, and a great open field tackle. A great open field tackle by the punter, Jeremiah Gilliam. Stops him inside the 35 at the 34, or that one might have gone to the house.
Yeah. That rugby style of punting is supposed to keep it low and end over end and not spiral. So you don't give the receiver the chance to return to football. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way.
You don't make it comfortable for them to come up and field it.
No, you don't.
So the Rockets up 14-0. Second quarter action, 10:49 to go in the second quarter. The Rockets have the ball at their own 34. 1st and 10. Chandler wants to throw.
Yep.
McCormick out of the backfield. A wheel route, and that's a touchdown. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. Sincere McCormick came out of the backfield. There is a flag that might bring this one back.
I think it's roughing the passer.
Or tripping.
Oh, it's tripping.
He's coming back. Is he waving it back? I think the officials are trying.
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer. Okay.
Well,
so it'll be. I'm sorry. The kick is. It'll be
enforced on the
kickoff.
Right. It's real unfortunate. That's just a basic play when it's a little wheel route by McCormick coming out of the right side of the backfield, and something that we in our research saw that Judson loves to get their halfback McCormick one-on-one on the outside like that on a wheel route, or right up the middle with a linebacker going vertical. And that time he is wide open for a touchdown.
So the extra point added makes it 21-0. Judson on top of the Rangers. We'll be back with the kickoff, the next kickoff after this timeout on the Rangers Network.
We've got spirit. Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Rangers, too. When you get gas, look for the Rangers Spirit Pump, because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that pump to the Smithson Valley Athletic Booster to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your Spirit Pumps. When you see it, pull up and fill up, Rangers.
We're back at Ranger Stadium, where the Rockets have been nothing but the best team in the area. They're up 21-0 at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter, and they'll kick it off from the Ranger 45 after the penalty of roughing the passer was called against the Rangers.
Yeah.
On that last play that they saw a 66-yard touchdown pass from Chandler to McCormick. Just a wheel route. You saw it. I don't know if you saw it when he came out of the backfield. Man, it was all there, and the corner on the far side was tied up with the receiver. No one took him. No one saw him.
And on first down, it's a beautiful play because you got your run defensive call in, and you run a wheel route, a pass with your halfback doing a wheel route. And a lot of times, even in the pro ranks, it's wide open.
Yeah. And they're going to try a little onside kick. Bobbled by the Rangers. It's loose around the 32. We'll see who has it. I'm real surprised the officials didn't go to the pile first. Everyone was trying to spot it, and they say it is Ranger ball right now.
It's close.
Ooh. They're saying Ranger ball, even though it is Mr. Cloud that comes out with it.
Interesting.
And I think everybody, that's pretty obvious what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, all the body language of everybody else but Cloud said it was Ranger ball.
Exactly.
He was just trying to sell it, hoping to sell the call.
Hey, when it rains, it pours, and why not? All right. The Ranger offense has got to generate something here. Just take some time off the clock.
By the way, Villarreal's onside kick was a beauty.
It was good.
That second hop was about 10 yards up in the air. Rangers 1st and 10 from their own 32. Need some first downs. Need to keep that defense off the field for a while. Williams hands it off straight up the middle. Tackled. I think it was Franco. It was.
It looked like Kevin Wood was in there on the tackle, and even Walters.
Yeah.
Golly, there's nothing there. Well, again, as far as what do you do offensively when it looks like nothing's working, you got to keep chopping wood. You got to keep trying to see what's going to give you that little crease, give you a little hope, get that first down underneath your belt. You got to keep working hard.
So the Rangers on 2nd and long. Snap it to Williams. He'll keep it. Has a little bit of a room. Gets across the 35, maybe to the 36. Brings up 3rd down and about 6.
Middle linebacker Waters again on the tackle. But you know what? That's not a bad call. Like the first time is just a quarterback draw. That's good. Go right at him. You'll get a crease and make up 3 or 4 or 5 yards at a pop. That's good. Changing personnel now.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Williams looks to the sideline. Looks like Frash is in at running back right now.
It looks like we got a blitz too.
They all look like they want to come. Neither one of the linebackers do. A 3-man rush. Williams time. Has a man. It's Gilliam, left sideline. Knocked down inside the Judson territory after the first down. Throw and catch. Levi Williams had that one right on the target up to the Judson 46. It's 1st and 10. And that was Washington who made the tackle. I'm sorry, it was Morgan who made the tackle on the far sideline.
Well, the difference in that play, Tony, than the previous plays, Levi Williams had time to throw the football. And he could wait for the receiver to make his break and deliver a good pass.
Williams hands it off, coming right, nothing there. Man, they are quick. And that's Franco, who Leal hit him first. And Waters hit him second. They both hit him and knocked him down. A loss of about 2 on the play. Man, if you can't keep it between the tackles, it's hard to go anywhere against them. And even between the tackles, it's not easy.
It's not easy. But if you go right at Leal, he's going to get off of every block that there is, unless you double team him. But then that's giving up a blocker.
Right. Linebackers step into the hole again. Outside linebackers run. Here comes a throw out to the edge. Caught, then a fumble. It is Sill who caught it. Looked like he put it on the turf. And it's Judson football as they recovered at the 46.
Looks like Peyton Waters is the one who recovered it too. There's good pass and catch.
And Ethan Sill, he had time. He actually turned squared up and tried to go forward and got popped from the side, and the ball came loose.
Yep.
So ball security doesn't work that time. It's 1st and 10 for the Rockets from their own 46. 8:10 to go in the second quarter. It's all Rockets right now, 21-0.
Looks like they've got 21 personnel. So they changed their personnel package right now.
Jet sweep fake. Chandler wants to throw. Gets some pressure from Hobeck. Gets away from it. Now throws down the sideline. A man is open and making the catch. A great looking catch, and I think that's Bailey Davis.
That's Bailey, yep.
My goodness, Amira Bailey Davis, the junior, who led the team with 12 receptions coming in, has another one there on a great athletic move over the corner.
Notice he caught it with one hand, going back shoulder.
To the 24-yard line. First down run now by McCormick. He avoids one defender, then squirts away from another, ends up getting 4 or 5 yards out of it before he's down at the 19. Rangers getting shots at these guys, just not able to bring them down.
No. Very athletic, McCormick. He can dip and dodge you.
2nd down and 6 from the 19. And there's motion. So that'll make it 2nd and 11 from the 24.
Yeah, unfortunately right now, two good stops by the Ranger defense, but right now that Rocket offense pretty much just wants to do what it wants to do. Whatever they want to do.
They have some size with their center at 290 and the right guard at 295, then 245, 240. Here's Chandler with a blocker in front of him. Somebody chases him down. Is that Witcher or
Zoig?
Zoig. Great job by Thomas Zoig. Nice little option there where Chandler just kept it behind McCormick. Chandler chased him down from behind after a short gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, my Chandler just pulls the ball from McCormick and says, go, 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 and he becomes the lead blocker on that play.
Chandler wants to throw, gets a block from McCormick, now throws it out of bounds as he's getting pressure from the Rangers.
Will Gibbons.
Gibbons put pressure on him there and forced the hurry, and it's 4th down and 7. Looks like they're going to bring the field goal unit on.
Well, this will be the first
Humberto
time.
Villarreal is the 5'11 junior kicker. 4 of 4 on field goals this year, a long of 41. This one will be 38.
Into the wind, too.
Into the wind. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is not going to get there, and it's a little bit to the right. So the field goal try is no good. And Judson turns it over. The Rangers will get it with 6:45 to go.
28-yard line.
That's where I thought, although they're marking it at the 20. 21, I guess, where it was snapped.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. So from their own 21, the worst field position of the night, the Rangers start 1st and 10 with 6:45 to go in the second quarter with the Rockets up 21-0. 2 backs alongside Levi, who wants to roll right. Both backs block. Levi looking for someone to throw it to and finally throws it away as no one's open. They rushed just 3 that time.
Well, it looked like Wells was actually open and would kind of settle down along the sidelines, but I guess Levi Williams wasn't able to see him.
Right.
He was being chased towards the sideline and probably just lost sight of him because he had stopped right there. He was open.
So it's incomplete on 1st down. The Rangers 2nd and 10, again from their 21, looking for some 1st downs to keep their offense on the field for a while.
Yep.
Rockets are known for stopping that, though. Williams on a run, breaks it through across the 30, across the 40, goes across midfield, has a couple of men to beat, but he keeps running, still going down the field, across the 20, the 10, inside the 10-yard line. Levi Williams was met by 3 Judson defenders at the 30 and got another 25 yards.
Leader of this team, leader of the offense, Levi Williams just taking it on his own shoulders and basically just quarterback keeper. And he almost goes the distance. And I'll tell you what, the physicality at the end of the play with those 3 defenders hanging on to him, that's what's going to spark this team.
And I know they're trying to knock the ball away, but all 3 of them aren't. They couldn't bring him down because he was bigger and stronger than they were.
The physicality of Levi Williams' run is going to mean something to this football team.
Don't tell me we illegal procedured again. So 1st and goal from the 7s, now 1st and goal from the 5. So Levi Williams' run.
That's the spark that this team needs right now.
63 yards.
That's getting something done. Now just stupid penalties like this, illegal procedure when you're down here trying to knock it in the end zone.
62-yard run by Levi Williams. Now it's 1st and goal from the 12. Motion by Wells. They'll fake it to him. Levi will run the same play again. This time it's not nearly as open as Leal was waiting for him that time and drags him down at the 11-yard line. A short gain will make it 2nd down and goal from the 11.
Yeah, nothing fancy. We just basically ran the same play and get as many blockers in front of them as possible. Unfortunately, you can't, it's hard to block a 6'6", 280-pound defensive end, Leal, even with 2 blockers.
So Levi Williams, the biggest offensive play of the day for the Rangers with 5:45 to go. It's 2nd and goal from the 11. Williams, motion again. It's Wells will throw it. A handoff to Wells if the end zone is intercepted.
Underthrew him.
Intended for Chandler Cole. Gets intercepted.
It was open. Cole was open. Wells just underthrew it, and the safety was able to come underneath it and make the interception in the end zone.
So a promising drive after a big run by Levi Williams. On a little bit of trickeration, Cason Wells takes the jet sweep and throws it into the end zone, and it's intercepted. So the Rockets will start 1st and 10 from their own 20 as the Rangers miss out on their best offensive drive of the night. From the 20, the fake to McCormick. Chandler keeps it, throws it to the edge. Not much yards there, but they get 3 or 4 up to the 23 on a good pass and catch.
Chandler read that RPO just like you need to. The receiver was open. He pulls the ball and throws it out there for a quick gain.
Now the fake to McCormick. Chandler wants to run. Comes back to the right after going left. Has a little bit of room across the 30 to the 35. He's shoved out of bounds, and that'll be a first down.
No, I hadn't seen Chandler run this much in a football game. Usually he's giving it to McCormick or throwing the football. But he's actually keeping it and running more in this football game. Maybe that was by design.
Maybe that's what the defense has forced him to do.
Yeah.
Chandler with 3 receivers to the left. Fakes it to McCormick, keeps it. The off defensive line's chewed up. He'll get into the secondary before he's bumped out of bounds by Nutt at the 44-yard line, but that should be enough for another first down. Or now it's just a yard shy of the first down, pardon me.
Yeah, another RPO pulling the ball out because the backside end caves inside. It's wide open around the perimeter, so Chandler's just pulling the ball and running around the opposite side.
2nd and 1. 5 minutes exactly to go in the second quarter. It's 21-0, Judson on top. Chandler wants to throw, straight drop back. Looking long, tied up the receiver was, so now he scrambles. He'll get a first down as he's pushed out of bounds by McElroy, but not until he gets to the 46. It's 1st and 10.
Looks like they were looking deep for Marcus Herman, who was one-on-one with a corner, and except he was well covered, so Chandler had nothing to do except to just pull the ball. Try to pick up that first down, which he did.
It's funny when you look at their stats, about 10 different guys had receptions. Now the backup quarterback, Lucas Coley, is over on the right side. McCormick throws it to the left, and it is caught. Avoids one tackler, finally brought down by Sills, but that is Marcus Harmon, and now a late flag, 2 flags. One on the sideline and one down the field inside the 35.
We had a little extracurricular activity downfield. I don't know how they're going to look at this, but
well, one of their offensive linemen, Jaleel
Rice,
Rice,
downfield,
went down, he went to pick up the flag, and he's still mouthing off. 4 of our officials and a 5th one on his way trying to be in this conversation as they try to sort out, you know what the flag by our sideline is?
What's that?
See the flag at the 43 on our side? The ball's well beyond that.
These might be offsetting then. Yeah, tempers are starting to boil here a little bit. They're picking up one flag.
There's a conversation of conversations going on right now. Christian Romano is one of our cornerbacks, is being talked to by the line judge. Now Larry Hill is talking with the line judge.
They picked up the holding and waved it off, but then there's 2 unsportsmanlike conduct fouls, 1 per each team.
Down the field?
Offset, downfield, so they'll replay the play.
So the line judge is the one that threw the holding right here on their receiver, but they picked it up. Any reason why?
I don't know.
The line judge is having a long conversation with Larry Hill, and he's not too happy to hear what he's hearing. Did the official make the signal? The referee?
He did.
Okay.
Yeah. Unsportsman. Both.
2 unsportsmanlike.
Yep. Players get to stay in the game, though.
So 2nd and 2 from the 44. Chandler wants to throw, looking left, looking down the left sideline, intended for a lot of contact. Romano covering the receiver on the play. That is Anthony Shelton. Coverage by Romano. A lot of contact between the two players.
A lot of contact. But you know what? Romano had inside position, turned his head. Beautifully done by the corner.
Shelton was trying to get some room, and he just couldn't as he was being ushered down the sideline toward the sideline down the field. So 3rd and 2. Be a great spot for a Ranger pickoff here. Chandler with McCormick beside him. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. They'll give it to McCormick going right. Zoig on the chase, can't get there. Now there's a blocking or a flag thrown, and it's got to be in the area of holding. So Chandler gets the first down up to the 26-yard line. But I think this one's coming back as the umpire threw the flag before McCormick got too far down the field. Our referee.
It sure was wide open around the corner.
Yeah.
It sure looked like someone was going to be held because there was no one there.
So on 3rd and 2, they pick up the first down, but it's nullified by the flag.
We got a 3rd down and 11, 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, so
it's 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12 from the 44. Ranger defense now a great time for a stop. This is a big stop here. Chandler wants to throw. Has some blocks from McCormick. He'll pull it down and run and try to get the first down that way. Goes on the sideline but can't before he's forced out of bounds near midfield. At the Judson 49 is where he's knocked out by the Ranger defense. Gibbons, Witcher, and McElroy all were over there.
I'll tell you what, Greg Eggleston, I didn't mean to butt in. Greg Eggleston did a really nice job of playing the receiver, came off the receiver to make the play on Chandler that time to force him out of bounds. That was a great call. Great play.
For first time tonight, we see Sincere McCormick into punt. Snap is good. The punt. Just a knuckleball fielded by Sill on the run between defenders. Gets popped but makes a nice return up to the 32. A 27-yard punt and a 7-yard return.
Rashawn Hollis, who must be on special teams, he's a senior, 190-pound defensive line. He came down and really popped him.
Ethan Sill living dangerously that time. Succeeded.
Somebody has to make a play, Tony.
No doubt about it. No doubt.
Sill has been stepping up this first half to try to get something done.
With 3:57 to go in the second quarter, Judson up 21-0. Williams wants to pass on first down, left sideline. Has a man running toe-to-toe with Morgan. And it is Sill, and the pass goes incomplete as it's overthrown.
Had no chance on that whatsoever.
Don't know that I argue with the call of just trying to loosen up the defense a little bit, because you have to do that time to time. But it brings up 2nd and 10, and that hasn't been your friend all night.
No, I think you ought to throw some short passes. Get Williams' rhythm back into that, and then take your shot downfield when you have better field position.
So it is 2nd and 10. Clock stops at 3:51. Williams will have a called run, not very far, as he'll scramble up to about the 35. So call it a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7. A whole host of defenders there, including Williams down at the bottom and Leal at the top.
Well, you don't want to get too fancy and get the ball over down here deep in your territory again, but in the same sense, right now you got to be a little risky. You got to take some chances. So you're in a real tough situation when you're on the offensive side of the Rangers right here. The play calling's it's tough to make a good call at this point.
Nick Kuykendall comes in as a receiver. We haven't seen him much tonight, as the Rangers send 1 receiver to the right and 2 to the left. Williams wants to throw, has a little bit of time, now gets pressure, lets it go, and a great catch on the Smithson Valley sideline, and that's good enough for a first down. That is Ethan Sill with the catch. He'll come out and get help from Gilliam as he comes up a little bit hobbled, but a great throw by Levi is completed to to Ethan Sill.
And give credit to the offensive line, because they gave Williams enough time. He wasn't pressured to wait for Sill to make his break on the corner, and it was a beautifully thrown ball. Perfect play, perfect pass. It was well executed.
And Levi paid for it because he got popped when he let go.
Afterwards.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Williams fakes a handoff, now throws it. Up the middle, Gilliam. And Morgan cuts him off just like you're supposed to. And they're going to throw a flag there, and I don't know. Gilliam sold it pretty good, but I'm not sure. I think that's the flag.
I think Morgan had great position on him.
Great.
That was a good defensive play. I don't know. Gilliam could not beat him. Morgan had inside position on him. We'll see.
Well, the bad thing about these huddles they keep having, there's all kinds of rockets right around them every time they huddle. And they don't get far enough away from one of the teams. We'll see what the call is. They're going to wave the flag off, and I don't know that either one of us would argue with it because we think Morgan just had good position.
Well, they get called an uncatchable pass, so therefore you can wave the flag. But I'll tell you what, that was great defensive position.
But I disagree with that uncatchable pass. He didn't get to it because he was slowed down by the contact. You know, I mean, that's your cop-out on the play, but I don't know that that's legitimate.
It's a judgment call, Tony.
It is. What is it, 2nd and 10 now?
Cover 3.
Jet sweep. It's Wells. Comes the right sideline. There's a holding flag going to be called as he gains up into Rocket territory. Finally goes out of bounds at the 44.
Good-looking play that time, coming around end. Unfortunately, the pulling guard, and I can't remember, I think it might have been Taylor Brooks who was pulling, actually had to heel, was in a holding situation with Devanian Leal. And this is going to call it. Yeah, this is going to come back. It's holding.
If you ever were going to hold guys, these are the guys you want to hold because they're just beasts.
You do what you have to do sometimes,
right,
and hopefully you don't get caught.
Yeah.
There's holding on every play. You do realize that.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So 2nd down and 20 from the 36. We'll hand it to Franco. No room on the right. He cuts back to the left and gets a couple of yards before he's wrestled down.
I'll tell you what, though, we need to give some credit to Taylor Brooks, number 54. I know he was called for that holding play, but he's had to go against Leal in this first half. And I'll tell you what, he's done a pretty good job handling him.
3rd and 18, 1:48 to go on a running second quarter clock. It's 21-0, Judson Rockets on top. The Rangers again with a 3rd and 18 from their own 48.
Cover 2.
Williams to throw. No one open. Now Cole breaks on the right sideline. And now 2 referees are going to throw interference. And I'm not sure that ball wasn't out of bounds.
Yeah, that's not catchable in bounds either. That's what the Judson coach is out there on the almost at the hash mark talking to the referee. Yeah, I don't blame him about that.
Sean McAuliffe, the head coach of the Rockets. They're going to go pass interference on the Rockets. Both the side judge and the back judge saw it and threw it.
Well, the only thing I think of, Tony, is maybe there was defensive holding or something prior to the ball getting there. You know what I'm saying?
They called interference. I don't know, though. The ball hasn't been moved. Oh, yes, it was. First down.
First down.
Yes. So from the Rocket 47, it's 1st and 10 for the Rangers. Jet sweep is fake. Levi to Fortone. The running back out of the backfield gets shoved out of bounds.
A little misdirection that time to Fortone. Good for 5 yards. That's a good looking play. Just get a fast defense to go one direction and come back real quickly to one of your backs. The little swing pass. Good looking play.
Crawford finally shoved him out of bounds. After a gain of about 5, sets up 2nd down and 5 from the 42.
If they can get even in field goal range and get 3 points on the board, that would be huge before the end of this first half.
Williams, a quarterback run, has some blocks, comes outside, then gets tripped up on a nice open field tackle. Williams down to the 36, a nice stop by Rashad Wisdom. The strong safety with another play, as he's made several tonight.
Yeah.
From the 36, the Rangers now see, I guess he fell far enough for a first down. From the 36, it's now 1st and 10.
Well, it's lucky he made that tackle, because if he didn't, I think Levi Williams might have been in the end zone.
Two receivers either way for the Rangers. Jet sweep action, faked. Williams to throw, gets pressure, now gets chased. Tries to get to the left sideline, throws it, and it's incomplete, intended for Gilliam. Levi fortunate to beat both of the big guys again. It's Williams and Leal, two 300-pound guys chasing him, but they're not slow.
Well,
and Levi finally threw it away.
Yeah, Leal is coming from Levi's right side, so he's forcing him to the left where you have to throw across your body. So strategically, that's really a good thing to happen. Even if he doesn't get to the quarterback, he's making the quarterback make a very awful hard throw across his body to make any kind of completion.
So the Rangers now 2nd and 10. Williams to pass, not much time, has some pressure, finally scrambles, but he takes a loss back to the 43-yard line, a loss of about 6 or 7.
Yeah, Leal back there again. Again, to me, throw shorter pass routes. Just do smaller pass routes like to your back, like before in that little misdirection. They're going to be open. Instead, they're waiting for 30-yard pass routes to come open. He doesn't have that much time.
I thought 2 of the receivers were short that time. I just don't think – I think the minute he caught the ball, he was pressured.
Illegal substitution.
Yep. So after a loss of about 7, it's 3rd and long, and the Rangers with another mental mistake.
Just keep backing themselves out of any kind of contention for a field goal, obviously.
38 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's 3rd and long. Time enough for a first down or a punt. They look to rush only 3. Will fake the handoff. Leal beats his man, but that one's picked off. A great job of reading the play. And that's Cloud who picked it off, and then he gets knocked and the ball goes loose, and they'll say the Rockets keep it. But it was Jaden Cloud, the junior linebacker, who picked it off right down the middle. Levi's having trouble throwing into coverage down the middle.
Yeah. Cloud dropped into his zone read, and he just watched Williams' eyes and cut right in front of the receiver. It was a great play by the linebacker to make that interception. Levi had no business throwing the football because actually the receivers covered high and low. In other words, it was in and out on him, so two defenders on him. Should have never thrown the football.
So the Rockets, with 28 seconds to go in the half, will take over from their own 49 after the interception and return. Chandler with 3 receivers right, is going to keep it up the middle, has some blocks, gets into Ranger territory before he runs out of bounds near the 41. After 6 seconds, it's 22 seconds left in the first half.
I tell you what, there's some tempers flaring. There's some activity after the whistle blows. There's activity all over the place going on. I'm surprised that wasn't a flag.
He ran out of bounds. Why'd the clock start?
We got a timeout now.
Yeah, the clock wasn't supposed to start. Judson calls a timeout. So
you're changing it.
We'll take a quick timeout as the Rockets lead at 21-0 here in the second quarter. We're back after this on the Rangers Network.
Smoky Mo's is great. You can feed a whole bunch of people on a little bit of money. It's perfect for Friday nights.
My boy's a football player, and this fills him up. The brisket is awesome.
I like brisket and sweet. Brisket. I can't say it.
They have the best turkey, brisket, sausage in all of Comal County.
I agree, and the kids love it too.
You're never going to play offensive line for the Rangers eating salad. Come get some beef.
Get your dogs up.
Go Rangers! So as we come back to Ranger Stadium with the Rockets up 21-0, late seconds of the second quarter. 22 seconds to go. It's first down. Chandler wants to throw, has time, throws it long, has a man, but overthrows him by about 10 yards.
Well, Chandler had all the day in the world to be able to just wait for his receiver to get open. He just flat out overthrew him because he was open doing a post route by 4 yards in front of the defender. He just flat out overthrew him.
That was the cornerback Morgan who was deep and overthrown. So it's 2nd down and 10. Again from the Ranger 40, 16 seconds to go. They've had 2 plays already. Both of them have lasted exactly 6 seconds. Chandler wants to throw. Has pressure. Wisher and Gibbons both chasing him. There's a flag for holding. He'll throw it up the field. A catch is made and out of bounds at the 10. But I think this one's coming back as the offensive linemen are throwing their hands up in disgust. And the coaches clear out to the numbers, arguing with our referee tonight. And I'm telling you what.
That was Rice, I think. Jaleel Rice again called for holding.
I don't think there's any doubt he did.
Yeah.
I think it was Gibbons trying to get away, and he was being held.
Yep.
It's not rocket science. And I don't know why the referee's over on the sideline talking to him instead of coming back and telling us what the call is. 7 seconds to go in the half.
That is a classic formation for the Judson Rockets, where it's 2 double stacks wide, and what they really want is to hit McCormick, the running back, coming straight vertical, and they're expecting the linebacker to have to follow him. But I tell you what, nice job that time. I think it was Zoig who ran with him. Did a nice job just staying foot to foot with him.
They hand this one off to Spencer, right side, as time will run out. He's pushed out of bounds near the 30, so a long gain for Spencer, but that's the final play of the first half. So, at halftime, the Rockets lead the Rangers by the score of 21-0.
Come on in.
Hey, Coach. I'm here to try out for the Rangers mascot. I mean, what's better than the guy who Smithson Valley was named after?
Don't you mean Benjamin Smithson? You're Benjamin Franklin.
Smithson? Oh, that makes sense.
He was instrumental in founding this area in 1856. He was one of the first Rangers.
The first Ranger. What position did he play for you, Coach?
He was a Texas Ranger, a Western lawman.
I get it now. I like where this is headed. Be right back. Hey, Coach. How about another perfectly executed shameless plug while I'm gone?
If you need video production work, there's no finer organization than WIC Productions. It's who we trust for Rangers Network and game night scoreboard production at Ranger Stadium.
Well...
Oh, you nailed it.
Rangers we will be!
WIC Productions. Watching a video is just better than reading stuff.
Since I've had GVTC installed in my office, I've been able to get a lot more done. With fiber speeds up to a gig a second, I can turn in all my schoolwork on time, keep up on social media, and watch game film with no interruptions.
Whoa, we haven't even played that game yet.
Yeah, it's that fast.
Enjoy uninterrupted entertainment with your favorite apps through our professionally installed GVTC Wi-Fi home network. Log on to gvtc.com to sign up today.
We'll start the second half, even though the 12-minute clock is up. The Rangers will kick off to the Rockets to start the second half. And the Rangers will have the wind in the third quarter. The Rockets will have it in the fourth quarter. We haven't talked a lot about the wind impacting plays, but we know it has because, again, it's blowing 15 to 25 miles an hour constantly.
Yeah, and when it starts to rain or we get that misty rain, it's almost going horizontal. So the wind has had a little bit of a factor, although you wouldn't think so if you're on the Judson Rocket side.
Right.
Because they're up 21-0. I don't know. It's maybe played a little bit with some of the long balls that's been thrown. But other than that, I think it's been a neutralizer, honestly. I don't think it's had a negative impact on most of the productivity and execution of the plays. I think a few of the long balls that might have played into the ball floating a little bit.
It hasn't been real noticeable is what we can say. We haven't really thought that ball was really impacted by the wind. Right now it's just about execution, and Judson's executed better than the Rangers have here in the first half.
The only thing I could say, and I don't know the distance of the Judson Rocket field goal kicker, he did come up short and to the right, kicking into the wind. Now, that might have been within his range because obviously the Coach Mack put him out there to kick it. So maybe it did.
It was 38 yards, and he'd kicked to 41 this year, so he knew he had a chance.
Yep.
And I think the wind, that is the one play I think we can agree that the wind had a big impact on.
Right, exactly. So if you're Coach Hill, what do you tell your squad at halftime? You're down 21-0, number one team in the city, number 15 in the state, and it looked like nothing's really been going your way. So what do you tell your troops?
Next play, let's execute the next play.
One play at a time.
And the next series, defense right now has to come out and get a stop, get some field position, or get a turnover, and then offense go to work.
You got 24 minutes left in this game of regulation time. That's plenty of time to get back in this game.
Yes, it is.
That's 3 plays, and you've got them, and it's tied. Now, defensively, actually the Rangers have played pretty decent. Just a couple big plays, explosive plays, have got them behind by 21-0. But other than that, the defense has played pretty darn good.
The kick is a good one. With the wind at his back, it goes through. As again, the good job by the Rangers kicker. Mason Reed boots it through the end zone, and the Rockets will start 1st and 10 from the 25.
Yeah. You know, if you're also on the Ranger defense and offense, on the whole squad, I guess I should preface this statement, you got to be playing really loose right now. There's nothing to be uptight about. If you're behind, now you can just let loose. Play with your emotions, play responsibility with what your assignment is, and just let it go. Let it loose.
Rangers quick handoff. McCormick up the middle with his offensive line leading him. He gets out to about the 30, so a 5-yard gain makes it 2nd down and 5. Gibbons and Witcher down at the bottom of that, and quickly the Rockets start in a real tempo. The receiver down on the left side is standing on the 30, which is where the ball was, so he should have been out of bounds. But McCormick takes the next handoff, and it's shut down, just about a yard gain to the 31.
Well, McCormick has got a quick step, and then he's right up the field. I mean, he hits almost top speed when he's at the line of scrimmage. But Zoa did a nice job of filling the hole that time.
So 3rd and 4. Chandler keeps it, throws it, and it's incomplete. Right side. Good coverage on the play.
Good 3 and out that time by the Ranger defense. Now the Rockets are going to have to punt the football. That's big. 3 and out, starting the second half. That's huge.
That is a great job by the defense, just what the doctor ordered. As McCormick will come in, and there's procedure.
Back him up another 5 yards. You're going to get some decent field position out of this.
Punting into that win, no doubt.
Yeah, punting in the win, and then you get your offense gelling and get a few things on the board, get some points on the board. The whole momentum could shift in this ball game from the halftime.
Indeed, it could. Let's see. Let's see.
I'm being very positive here.
No, I'm telling you, this is a punt return waiting to happen.
There you go.
High snap. McCormick gets the kickoff. It's a low line end over end kick, and it hits a Ranger. Sill will pick it up and be down to about the 35-yard line. Someone was blocking down the field.
Yeah.
I think it was Betsy, and the ball went off his shoulder that Sill finally picked up, or quickly picked up, and was tackled immediately for no gain.
Well, start the second half. Your offense gets out on the 35-yard line. It's in good field position.
It is.
You got the win at your back, and let's see what they can do.
So Smithson Valley starts at their own 35, and there's a penalty that's taking it out to the 45. Did you see?
I didn't see it.
Did you see that? What's this? I didn't recognize that call. To the 46 it is actually. With 11:06, Rangers have 1st and 10. Handoff. This is Frash. Has some good blocks in front of him. Gets up near midfield. Looks like a gain of about to the 49 of Judson, about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Good tough running that time by Frash. Just going right off tackle, getting hit as soon as you get to the line of scrimmage. But he got to the second level where those linebackers are, and by the time you do that, you're up 4 or 5 yards. Just keep, I keep calling chopping wood. That means just grind it out. 4 or 5 yards at a pop.
And that means
keep moving the ball.
Means the offensive line sustained blocks long enough for him to do that.
Yep.
2 backs with Levi. Fakes a handoff, throws it to the edge. A pass and a catch. See who that is out on the far sideline.
Sill.
Ethan Sill makes the catch, a gain of about 3, makes it 3rd and 3.
Well, 3rd and short.
At the Ranger 47.
Yeah.
Receiver either way, 2 backs in the backfield, 3rd and 3. Levi looks to the sideline for any play adjustment as the play clock goes under 15. Game clock goes under 10 minutes in the 3rd quarter. It's 21-0. Judson on top, the Rangers on the move. Here is Frash, bounces out after some pile in the middle, and he'll get a 1st down on the right sideline. Good job by Darlington Frash, the sophomore running back. Saw the junk in the middle and busted out to the right side where there was no one waiting for him. Gains up to the 36. It's 1st down for the Rangers.
Well, you call it. Frash did a nice job of just really juking Joel Crawford, his safety, out of position, because Crawford was there to make the tackle, but Frost did a nice job of planting and scooting around the end. Nice job.
So now 1 receiver right, 2 to the left. Williams, shotgun snap, throws it to the left. Dangerous pass. Intended for Kuykendall, a little bit low. He couldn't hang on to it, and the defense was right there anyway.
Yeah, incomplete pass.
So brings up 2nd and 10 from the 36 for the Rangers.
Again, you don't want to get caught in this situation in 2nd and 3rd long. That 1st down is really a crucial down so that you're ahead of the chains, that we like to say.
It goes back to a nicely designed play. If it's complete and he can avoid 1 tackler, the throw just wasn't good enough.
Exactly.
So Williams with 2 backs, gives it to Frash going left, looking for some room, wants to cut it up and does. Gets a couple of yards before he's knocked down by Leal, but just a bump. But that's a pretty hefty bump from the 6'6", 290-pound senior. He goes down at the 34, a gain of 2. It's 3rd and 8.
Although Frost is small, but he's 205 pounds. He's a load. And it's going to take a big guy like Leal to be able to hit him. One man to bring him down.
Rangers shuffle some players in and out. Gets the play call, Levi does, from the sideline. Near the 9-minute mark of the 3rd quarter, play clock at 10. Huddle is broken. They're to the line. 2 receivers to the right. Now Wells in motion. Will fake the jet sweep. Levi wants to throw or pass. Wants to run, but not much room. He gets to the sideline before he's shoved out of bounds
Looks like a first down. No,
and he'll be short by about 6 or 7 yards at the 32. Needs to get to the 26.
From here on out, it's 4-down territory.
So the Rangers will go for it on 4th and 6 from the Judson 32. Be nice to pick one of these up.
Sure would.
2 receivers left, 2 backs, 2 Levi's left. Looks like it's Howell, Gilliam's on the right, Howell and Wells on the left. Levi wants to throw, has it, tries to throw it over the top to Gilliam. There's contact all the way down the field. I understand why it's not thrown, but as he began his break to get past him, he got bumped again down the field while the ball's in the air, and normally you think you might get a flag on that one, but they're letting both receivers and defensive backs wrestle all night long.
They really have, and that time Washington did have inside position on the receiver, but to your point, they've been grabbing and body contact all the way down, and maybe it's one of those passes that was uncatchable, so they just call it a no flag, no foul.
It's only uncatchable because he can't get there, but that we've talked about that. So Judson has it 1st and 10 with 8:45 to go. It is McCormick, right side, breaks another tackle across the 40, finally shoved out of bounds. He is something else. The first line of defenders that have a shot at him don't ever seem to be able to break him down. Livingston shoves him out of bounds.
Yeah, going back to the first quarter playbook, it's basically RPO or zone read. That's zone read that time. And Chandler, he just picks and chooses where his open daylight is. That's all he's doing. And he's a good enough athlete to be able to do that and get away with it.
Now he'll keep it. Chandler will. Avoids one tackler, then gets wrapped up just across midfield. Ethan Sill with the tackle at the 49-yard line of Smithson Valley. It'll be 2nd and short. Right back to the line they go. Chandler 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It's McCormick going right. Looks like he has a couple of yards to the 47, but not enough for a first down.
Nothing fancy. Zone read, zone blocking, everyone blocking to the right, zone it. Just try to get a few yards out of it.
3rd and short, they'll go again. Chandler will throw it out to the edge. It's caught and avoiding one tackler. It looks like they have enough for the first down. That is Spencer again. Got active in the 2nd quarter and made another catch here in the 3rd quarter. Anaya Spencer, first down at the Ranger 43.
Chandler sees that the receiver's open. He pulls the ball, and it's an RPO option, throwing it to the open receiver.
Jet sweep. It's Spencer going right. No, Chandler keeps it on a good ball fake. He'll get a couple of yards up to the 40. Down at the bottom of that pile, I think, is Will Gibbons.
Working the playbook. What looks like the Judson Rockets are just working their playbook.
Chandler gives it to McCormick, bounces off a tackler, and spins and finally gets brought down across the 40. McElroy was there, along with Nutt out on the outside. A gain of a couple of yards. It's 3rd and about 6, it looks like, at the 38.
Wow. Defensively, you just got to play gap integrity. You got to play your position. Because these guys are so good. You talk about Chandler and McCormick, they're so good that you just got to hold your space.
Chandler keeps it. A pitch late to McCormick. He doesn't have the first down. Nice job. It looked like that Nut that came up, it was Mason Livingston came up and stopped McCormick at the 30-yard line, so he's about a couple yards shy on 4th down. That was the first play, by the way. They hadn't gone real quick. They actually kind of almost huddled. Now on 4th down and short, they'll go quickly. It is coming left. One man to beat. Sill can't get him. It is a broken tackle, and down the left sideline, and all the way is Rashad Wisdom. The former starting tailback is now in there just once in a while, and that's a touchdown run of 30 yards to make it 27-0.
Well, he just broke a couple tackles. Sill was the last one, line of defense, so to speak, and just couldn't bring him down. That's just good hard running, keeping your legs moving and just not going down with arm tackles. Defensively they were in position to make the play. They just couldn't follow through.
Extra point to come, and it looks good. And just like that, the Rockets have gone up by the score of 28-0 here in the opening minutes of the second half. 6:15 to go in the third quarter. Judson 28, Smithson Valley nothing. We're back after this timeout on the Rangers Network.
It's game day, and Sage Capital Bank is ready for Ranger football. We're right down the road from Ranger Stadium and Smithson Valley proud. Get your guns up and go Rangers!
We're back to Ranger Stadium where the Rockets will kick off again after a 7-play, 70-yard drive. Took 2 minutes and 30 seconds and made it 28-0 Judson on Wisdom's 30-yard run for a score. Villarreal will put a foot to it. Into the wind, doesn't go very far. It'll hit the ground and it's loose. Finally, I think it's Wells who falls on it at about the 25, and that's where the Rangers will start 1st and 10.
Well, it'd sure be nice that the offense for the Rangers can march down the field, get in the end zone, and just kind of get that monkey off their back.
Yeah.
I mean, everything they've done, they've gotten themselves into position to score, and either penalties or botched plays or maybe even a good play by the Rocket defense is just stifling them from getting in the end zone.
It's been a myriad of issues, but the Rangers just haven't been able to produce points. Williams keeps it on a quarterback run left side, gets spun down, gets smacked a couple of times after about a 4-yard gain. Sets up 2nd down and 6, and you got to take that where you can get it.
Yep.
Washington and Crane on the tackle.
One thing that's been working for Smithson Valley is that off tackle to Frank. And he's picked up some big gains by just hitting right off tackle. But they keep on going wide, and I think the speed of the Judson defense catches up to them. They don't get a whole lot.
It's Frosch, left side. Gets hit by Leal, knocked down, then covered up by Crane. So not much of a gain. Looks like it'll be 3rd down and 6.
You're pulling offensive linemen, and it's a slow developing play to go outside. That just doesn't going to work against this Rocket defense. They're too fast and too physical and too experienced. So now you're stuck in a 3rd and long situation, and it's definitely a passing situation. So if you're Judson, what are you going to do? You're going to blitz. So look for a linebacker or maybe even a safety blitz in this situation.
So 3rd and 6, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Williams wants to throw, but someone comes after him. He avoids the initial defender, then gets hit pretty hard and knocked down by, it looked like it was Woods.
Yep. Linebacker blitzing. I mean, you just overstack the box with the number of defenders coming after your quarterback because you know he's going to have to throw the football. And again, the route selection is too long. It takes too long for the play to develop, especially when your quarterback's getting pressure like that.
4:52 in the third quarter, 28-0 Judson. Gilliam for the punt. And gets it off. Low end over end is fielded by Wisdom. He bobbles it and goes to the ground to pick it up, and the Rockets will start 1st and 10 from their own 40. 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Rangers will have it the Rockets will have it 1st and 10 from their 40. We'll keep it here as this will be a quick turnaround as here comes the offense. The Rockets have become very methodical on moving the ball down the field. That play, that first drive in the third quarter was a killer. 28-0, Judson on top. Rangers need a stop. Chandler throws it out. It's Spencer. And Ethan Sill will bring him down on a good open field tackle. He got a little bit of help, but Ethan Sill did the work. Hobeck came to help clean it up, but Ethan Sill did a nice job of wrapping it up after a short gain.
Sure did. That's textbook type of tackling in the open field that time by Sill, who's made a lot of good plays here tonight. Ethan
Sill, 34 tackles on the season. That one was a big one. And here's procedure, I believe, as the umpire throws the flag into the offensive line area. So instead of 2nd and 9, it'll be 2nd and about 14. As the penalty was exactly 5.5 yards long.
This looks like an RPO. They got stacked receivers here on the near side. Oh, there you go. Motion.
Chandler wants to throw, has someone down the right sideline, but he gets pressured and he'll get wrestled to the ground. Zoig got a wrap on him, and down goes Chandler for a quarterback sack as pressure got to him. He wanted to go down the right sideline, trying to see who it was that was going that way. I bet it's McCormick, who came out of the backfield after the motion across. 3rd and 17. Chandler wants to throw, has McCormick near side, now gets more pressure. They've got him cornered. He'll throw it into the sidelines and avoid the sack there, and it'll be 4th down.
Huge defensive stand that time, Tony. Huge for the Rangers. Again, forcing Chandler in a situation where he can't stay in the pocket and find his open receiver and really throw the ball well. When he has to scramble, he's not very effective. That's why he's just trying to run with it. That time he had to be flushed out, and he got so much pressure he couldn't even find an open receiver.
Good looking punt from McCormick, not very far, but it is high, and Ethan Seal will call a fair catch and take it at the 42-yard line, where the Rangers will start 1st and 10 with 3:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a quick timeout on the Rangers Network.
Chicken Express is the place for legendary chicken tenders, the freshest sides, and the best sweet tea in Texas, Chicken E Sweet Tea. Let's give a big thank you to the Brown family for supporting all the high schools in the area for over a decade. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express.
Back to Ranger Stadium. Levi will throw it out to the far side. Caught by Gilliam. Has a little bit of room. And will get a couple of yards. Looks like they'll spot him up to the 46. Should be a gain of 4. It's 2nd down and 6.
Pretty easy. You got one-on-one out there, and you just throw it, get him the football. It's like a long handoff. It's really what it is. You pick up 4 yards. Those short and intermittent passes are going to be open for Levi if he can just have time to find the open receiver.
Play clock goes under 15. 3:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. Williams with a receiver either way. Now in motion, Wells across the face of him. They'll give it to Frash. Tries to bounce it outside. Tries to utilize, and he doesn't have enough speed, and that's Waters or Woods. I think it was Waters who wrapped him up early, and he got help from all kinds of players.
And Jellison had outside leverage on that play from the very beginning, and I tell you, and he kept that outside leverage, and that way the running back had nowhere to go. It was a great play by the outside linebacker.
It's a great run. What he tried to do is bounce it outside to beat that defender, and the defender just didn't let him. So 3rd and 11 after a good gain on 1st down, 2nd down not so, and now we have movement on the offensive line. Looks like it's the right tackle, and that'll make it 3rd and 16.
Just keep shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, you make a good, make some yardage, and you take a few back from an unnecessary penalty.
Clock running with 2:25 to go in the 3rd, 28-0. Judson on top of the Rangers. The Rangers face a 3rd and about 16, and now call a timeout. We will take it with him. Judson up 28 to nothing. We're back after this timeout on the Rangers Network. Back to Ranger Stadium, where the Rockets lead it 28-0. Closing minutes of the 3rd quarter. Rangers with a 3rd and 16 from their own 36. Williams will keep it on a quarterback draw, and that is DeMarvin Leal, the 6'6", 280, 290-pound senior tackle who's committed to go to Texas A&M, that decided to say you're not going to do that. Like he has many times tonight.
Yeah, Leal's been on a lot of tackles here tonight. He's been active and kind of lived up to his name, honestly. He's all-state performer. Like you said, he's committed to Texas A&M. He's going to play at the next level. He's a good-looking kid, good-looking athlete.
They'll try to block it. The Rockets blitz. Gilliam's punt is a low line drive that goes to the far sideline and out of bounds at the 26. And Gilliam doing some talking now of his own, as this game has gotten a little bit chippy, as you've said a couple of times.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you've been dominated, you got, you know, these athletes, they like to win. They're all winners. And so when things aren't going your way, you just get a little emotional and the attitudes start changing, and, you know, it does get a little chippy out there. We've seen a lot of it the first half. We'll probably see some more the second half.
So the Rockets will start from their own 26. 1:37 to go in the third quarter. Chandler gives it to McCormick, has a man on him, and finally Trey Witcher can bring him down as he runs to the near sideline. McCormick carried him for a while, but got basically no gain as he gets back to the 26.
Well, that's just a great individual effort that time by Trey Witcher, who shot the gap and was able to get McCormick in the backfield and not let go, and was able to haul him down for a loss. That was just a great play that time by the junior defensive tackle.
So second and long, Chandler wants to throw, has pressure from Hobeck. Goes right sideline, intended for his backup quarterback, but it goes incomplete. Coley can't get to it. It's overthrown, and it's third down.
I've really noticed, Tony, when you get Chandler out of the pocket and he's got to run, he's not very accurate with his throws. The key is to get him on the run and still wanting him to throw the football. We see mostly tonight, we get him on the run, but he's tucking and running. And he is a fast guy. So, yeah, he's probably got more rushing yards than Chandler does this time of the game. So
Chandler this time a quarterback draw, and no way, as Trey Moore was in there. Coming in there was Coleman'sberger as well. They get the quarterback sack on third down. It's fourth and long, and the Rockets will have to punt.
That's what you need to do defensively here. Get the football back in your offensive hands. You just keep waiting for the Ranger offense to start clicking. This might be the time to do it.
Into the wind. This will be the final play for Judson here in the third quarter, as the clock now goes under 30 seconds. McCormick's punt, a good high punt, not real long. Still will make a fair catch at the 50. So that's where the Rangers start first and 10. They'll get one, maybe two plays here to end the third quarter before we head to the fourth. Right now there is no timeout on the play, as I think both units will get out there quickly. The Rockets lead at 28-0 over the Rangers. Judson showing why they're the number one team in District 26-6A and one of the top teams in the city and one of the top teams in the state, the Judson Rockets.
No doubt about it. A lot of talent on both sides of the football, and they've just got team speed and experience on both sides, offensively, defensively, and they're well coached too. I mean, it's one thing to have talent, but you got to have some good coaching as well.
Williams fakes the handoff, now wants to throw, has a man to the sideline. It's Jeremiah Gilliam, and he takes it across the 30 for a first down before he steps out of bounds at the 29 on a nice pass and catch by the Rangers.
Little double move that time by Gilliam, going in and then cutting back out, and it left the corner really kind of hesitant out there. They were playing zone, and Levi Williams was able to drop the ball right in the bucket, we call it, between the corner and the safety. Good looking play.
Rangers first and 10 from the 29. Jet sweep, it's Gilliam coming to the near sideline, gets away from one, then gets double teamed down at the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 4 on what should be the last play of the third quarter. Rangers will face second and 6 from their Judson 25. And that is the final play of the third quarter. There is timeout on the field. The Rockets lead the Rangers 28-0. The fourth quarter coming up on the Rangers Network.
We've got spirit. Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Rangers, too. When you get gas, look for the Rangers Spirit Pump, because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that pump to the Smithson Valley Athletic Booster to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your spirit pumps. When you see it, Pull up and fill up, Rangers.
Back to Rangers Stadium. The Rangers with a second down and about 6 from their Judson 25. Here's motion in front of Williams. He'll fake the jet sweep, run it up the middle, get a couple of yards before he's tripped up by Wisdom. Ball spotted at the 21. That's a gain of about 4, which brings third down and about 3.
Right now, because of the personnel package that the Rangers are in, those safeties like Wisdom and Crawford for the Rockets are up there close. They're in run position, and that's why their safeties really make a lot of tackles, both Wisdom and Crawford. There's no one deep. No one plays deep. They're just wanting to put pressure on your offense.
Williams hands it off and the loss in the backfield. Franco is brought down. Is that Woods?
That's Jillison.
Jillison.
No, excuse me, that was Wood. Kevin
yeah,
Wood.
I thought it was Woods. Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, they give you too many numbers defensively, and those linebackers shoot the gaps. And that time Wood comes in just unscathed, and he can make the tackle in the backfield.
So a loss back to the 25 brings up 4th down and 6. The Rangers will go for it. 10:45 to go, 4th quarter. Williams takes the snap, wants to throw, has some pressure, and the receiver is torn down. They'll say the pass was uncatchable.
Yeah. You had 2 linebackers and Leal in the backfield, and so Levi Williams didn't have time to really set and make a good throw. So yes, the pass is uncatchable because he's just launching it to get it out of there. It's putting pressure in the backfield.
But it's my age-old argument. How do you know it's uncatchable? Because he's pulled down. How do you know in his break if he couldn't have got there? How do you know that?
Because it's a judgment call by the referee.
They're all judgment calls anymore, aren't they?
Well, I'm answering your question.
yeah, he's just not well.
It's not what you want to hear. That's the bottom line.
So the Rockets will start 1st and 10 from their own 25 as the Rangers turn it over on downs. They'll give it to McCormick. He'll muscle through the defensive line, get into the second level, get a gain up to the 33. It's a gain of 8 when there really wasn't much there.
Not much there. That's all on him, too, just breaking tackle after tackle and not being denied.
Now in the backfield, the defense steps up, pushes McCormick back. They'll give him credit up to the 31.
McElroy came in from his linebacker position and made a great play in the backfield on McCormick for no gain.
So 3rd and 5 from the 30. Chandler wants to throw, has pressure from Gibbons, who chases him now towards the sideline. Looks like Chandler will get, I don't know where they'll spot this one. I don't think he'll get to the first down as he's down at about the 33, I think is where they're going to mark it. And that'll be 4th and about 2 or 3. 4th down and 2, and I think the punt unit is coming on.
Yeah. You got the wind at the back. You might as well punt it away. Don't give Smithson Valley, if you're the Rockets coaching staff, say just not give the Rangers an opportunity to get back in this game. So this is punt it away.
Sure. I mean, you can make 4th and 2, but if you don't, then they have great field position. Here's the punt by McCormick. Seal will fill it. Comes straight up the field and gets smacked at about the 42-yard line. They have some athletes who put a hit on you when you have the ball.
Yeah, and there's a yellow hanky on the field too.
What do we got? Another huddle?
This is on the far side. I didn't see anything.
Well, we had one blocker out there with him. Is that who it's against, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Blocking the back. Blocking the back. So instead of being up at the 42, the mistake puts it back to the 32. And there the Rangers will start 1st and 10 from their own 32 with 9:38 to go in the game. Judson leading 28-0. Rangers still have yet to get on the scoreboard, so this would be a great time to do that.
It'd be nice. They've been able to move the football. They haven't been able to sustain drives and getting the end zone for anything.
Hand off up the middle. Looked like Franco He'll get a couple of yards up to the 33, I believe.
Looks like their big nose guard, 68, Daniel Williams, all 280 pounds of them just basically clogged up the middle where Franco didn't have a whole lot of running room.
So second, call it 9 from the 33. Williams fakes the handoff, throws it wide to Gilliam, who can't get away from the defender. Actually got away from the initial defender, then got popped. They're going to mark him down at the 33, so it'll be no gain on the pass and catch. Rivera, the catch. Chris Rivera.
Yeah, Rivera did all he could. He was doing everything he could to get away from. He got away from the first initial defender, but couldn't get away from Kevin Wood, the linebacker, coming out there fast. Ended up being able to get him down. I tell you, that just shows the speed on that defense.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Linebackers fly around. I mean, there's just so much speed on the Rocket defense. It's very difficult to move the ball against them.
So 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. Williams takes the snap. Play fake, gets pressure from Leal. Finally throws it. He's outside the pocket, intended for Radeball.
Horse collar.
That would be a horse collar, I would guess, as Leal brings him down by the back of his shoulder pads. Yeah. Certainly not grounding because he's outside the tackle box and there was a receiver.
No, he's going to be flagged for a horse collar, excuse me. Yep.
Horse collar is the call, so it'll be a first down. And their coaching staff is arguing that one, and I don't understand.
I think that was pretty blatant. I mean, that was an easy call, even from up here in the press box. But that gives them a huge first down. It gets them out of their back against the end zone. Some decent field position. Maybe they can sustain this drive and get in the end zone.
Paul taken all the way up to the 48-yard line by virtue of the 15-yard penalty. So the Rangers are 1st and 10 from their own 48. 8:18 to go in fourth quarter. Here's a jet sweep fake. No, it is handed off to Chris Rivera, who comes around the left side, gets a nice block, gets up to one seam, then spins away from another tackler, then tries to move. I was about to say tries to dance, which he shouldn't do with this kind of guys running after you.
No.
But he gets popped and knocked out of bounds about the 40-yard line, so it's another first down for the Rangers.
That's a great call, great run. It was a great play, but I also have to give credit for the nose guard for the Rockets, Daniel Williams, who actually came downfield and made the tackle on the sideline. That's your nose guard, 280 pounds. But not to negate the good run and a good play.
And Chris did a good job of getting around a couple of defenders.
Yep.
Here's the same play faked. Williams keeps it up the middle. They're waiting for him, though. Levi breaks a couple of tackles, finally spun down, but they help him with a couple of more yards up to the 34. A gain of about 6 by Levi Williams brings up 2nd down and 4, even though he took some punishment.
Yeah, run out, run wide, run up the middle, run wide, run up the middle. And that time, Levi Williams is the #1 rusher for this team, so you might as well put it in his hands. He's a good runner.
He is. There's no one within 100 yards of him. So, 2nd down and 4 from the 34. Williams, 2 receivers right. Motion in front of him. They'll fake it. They give it to the running back who was behind him to his right, and a couple of yards, actually not much territory, right back to the 34 goes Franco. I think they actually stopped it. Woods in the middle with a tackle, stopped it for no gain, even though it looked like he had some yardage.
Yeah, it did.
So third and 4.
3rd and 4. Big play right here to keep this momentum, keep the chains moving. Of course, it's 4-down territory, obviously, but sure nice to be able to pick up the first down on this particular 3rd down.
Game clock goes under 7 minutes. Williams with a back either side of him, a receiver to either end. Gives it to Franco up the middle, tries to bounce it left, gets a couple of yards, fights for a couple of yards, gets up to the 32, I think is where he'll be spotted, but that'll be about 2 yards shy of a first down. It'll be 4th down.
4th and 2. That time they had run defense, run blitz. Safeties came up. Nobody's back. If you even faked it and hit somebody going out on a pass route, it'd be wide open.
Yeah. So it's spotted at the 33. It's 4th and 3. As the tuba finds himself right between me and the play. We'll kind of move here in the press box so we can see what happens as Levi sends 2 receivers wide to the right. He's got a couple of backs to his right. On 4th down, Williams wants to roll, wants to throw, throws a bad pass. I don't think that Chris Rivera caught it.
It was close, but Rivera did all he could. That was just a bad pass by Levi, rolling out to his right.
Just threw it down.
Just threw it down.
Yeah.
He's been a little off all night, you know?
And I think we talked last week at East Central where we thought he'd finally found some rhythm.
Yeah.
Finally made some good passes. Tonight he hasn't had much chance, and I know he's been forced with a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he's been under duress a lot tonight, and so that's no excuse for a senior that was committed to go play for the University of Houston. He's got to be able to work under these conditions. That's what's going to be like at the next level.
No doubt about it. Rockets start from their own 33. 1st and 10, 6:01 to go. Here's McCormick going outside. Sincere McCormick bursts across the 40 near midfield before he's dragged down by a host of defenders. And there's a flag that was thrown from the back judge. Clear to where the tackle was.
Whoever the receiver was, Tony, on the outside had another handful of jersey.
Okay.
I couldn't tell who it was. I don't know if the referee saw it, but I guess he did because the ball carrier went back. McCormick went by him. I didn't see the flag thrown, so I thought maybe they got away with it, or I guess they didn't.
Well, if it's a 10-yard penalty, that's an 8-yard march off for yardage. So it's 1st and 18 instead of 1st and 20.
It's a spot foul.
Okay. If it's past the line of scrimmage, you're right. Chandler throws it out to the edge. And that looks like Coley, the backup quarterback, catches it, but it's forced out of bounds. Eggleston was there.
Livingston was there as well.
Yes. So it's now 2nd and long. We'll call it 2nd and 15 from the 28. Judson being more methodical now, even though the game clock is stopped as he went out of bounds. The Rockets have 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They'll give it to McCormick going left. Get a wide receiver block. He gets to the outside before he's forced out of bounds. Gets back near the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard past it to the 35. It'll be 3rd down and about 8.
Well-designed play, how it's designed to go outside, and the wide receiver comes back and cracks back on the player, be the defensive end or the linebacker who has force, and he gets blocked in, so then that makes it wide open around the edge. It's good looking play. Two double stacks.
Chandler to McCormick up the middle. Not much there. The pile kind of continues to move a little bit past the 40 before Witcher at the bottom. Gibbons there too. And Zoig helped clean it up. A gain up to the 41 makes it 4th down and about 3. And the punt unit will come on as the play clock will go under 5 minutes to go in the game.
I guess he's working on his punting the second half, that's for sure. He typically doesn't have to punt this often.
He just kind of taps that one, and it goes about 35 yards. And the return comes back. About a return of almost 10 yards. Livingston with the return up to the 28-yard line, where the Rangers will start 1st and 10.
All right.
McCormick's punt actually traveled 40 yards with an 8-yard return.
Yeah. So net 32. Actually, he does have a little bit of a punt, kind of a pooch punt it. Kind of way he doesn't bring his leg all the way through.
Right. All of his punts, though, have been good height.
Yeah.
For return, for your defense to stop the return.
Yeah.
And he's done a pretty good job giving them 35 or 40 yards out of each kick.
And he has a quick step and then punts it, so it's hard to block it.
Right. Of course, he's punting with the wind, and that helped him that time. Williams fakes the handoff, wants to throw, nobody's open. Has a drag route, and it goes incomplete as it goes off the hands of Jeremiah Gilliam, and that one looked like a catchable ball to me.
Very catchable.
And the penalty goes against Smithson Valley.
What is it, holding? Yeah, that play right there is designed bootleg, designed rollout for Levi Williams, rolling to his right, which is to his advantage being a right-handed passer. and just hit Gilliam right in the hands. It just could. Those are the kind of plays, though, that's been kind of haunting, I think, this offense all year round. You know, when you need to play, you need to make a play. A lot of these guys are just, it hits them in the hands, and they're just not able to cradle it and complete the play.
I didn't see the referee make the signal, but it was a 5-yard penalty. So it's now 1st and 15 from the 23.
Lineman downfield or something?
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Here's a run for Tone. And support on the play by the cornerback Morgan kept him from going anywhere, and actually the Rangers lost a yard as the ball's dropped down at the 22.
Looked like the Judson Rocket defense shifted into man coverage, and that's when Morgan came up and pressed it, was able to get out off his block and force the play outside.
Okay, the ball is spotted at the 22 on the near sideline, and the umpire took it out to the 23. So this crew not working real well together tonight is the least thing I can say to be kind. But the umpire never looked back to see where the ball was spotted. So the Rangers actually benefit with no gain on the run. 2nd down and 15. Williams on a designed run, comes left, now up the middle. And Mr. Williams, Daniel Williams, says, "Let me meet you, Mr. Williams." Williams to Williams was a no gain by Levi.
Yeah. And again, that's the nose tackle, Daniel Williams, that we're talking about. And I mean, that cat goes all over the place to make tackles. He's going sideline to sideline, making tackles. He's a nose guard, nose tackle.
And the ball spotted at the 25. He's at the 23 looking for the sideline.
Well, he's confused too, like you are up here. Where's the ball supposed to be really spotted?
I said no gain, but Levi actually picked up 2 on the contact. So
he did, didn't he?
He did. Williams has a 3rd and 13. Jet sweep faked. Handoff to Gilliam. Coming to the near sideline, the short side, not much room. And he scrambles away, then gets away, then jumps over somebody before he gets popped across the 30. Chris Rivera had a nifty run there.
Well, I already used this terminology earlier, but that is truly Houdini looking right there. How did he get out of those tackles?
I don't know. He gets up to the 33, which sets up a 4th down and about 6. Rangers will punt it with Gilliam in punt formation. Game clock now at near 3 minutes to go in the game.
He'll get some decent field position out of this too with the wind, punting into the wind. Oh,
this is a low line drive. It's going to get a bounce. Not a great one, but a bounce up to inside the 40 to the 37, 38 yard line, maybe 39. So about a 31 yard punt, no return. Rockets have it with 2:55 to go in the game, up 28-0. Judson on top.
Yeah, at this point, if you're on the Judson Rocket offense, I think you just ought to just run the playbook, because they've done a lot of good. They've executed pretty darn well all night long, and of course the score is eminent of that. But they've been able to do pretty much what they want to do against the Ranger defense.
So will the Rockets run the clock out, or what will they do? They'll hand it to McCormick going wide left. Defense is there as good pressure. I think it was Hobeck or Moore that forced the ball inside, and pursuit got to him. Must have been.
That was Moore.
It was Moore who did a great job of containing on the outside.
Yeah, he was fighting off the tight end that time and keeping his outside leverage and forcing the play back inside where all your pursuit's coming. That's good team defense right there.
Clock rolls at 2:25 to go. Rockets looking to their sideline for the play call, and they're in no hurry as the game clock's now at 10. Game clock's at 5 as Chandler gets ready and receives the snap. He'll keep it and get tackled.
Good job by Zoic.
Zoic was there.
As soon as Zoic reads that zone read, or maybe it's a zone read, his key is the quarterback. So he just basically takes off. It looks like almost like he's blitzing through there, but he's just reading like bird dog in the quarterback. Right. I think that's his assignment every time he reads that zone read.
So the game clock will go under 1:40 as the play clock's at 15. Rockets on 3rd and about 15 as they've lost yardage. But I don't think they want to do anything but let the clock run.
Yeah.
And they're going to let it run on 3rd down until they call a timeout with 1 second on the play clock and 1:26 on the game clock. Try to figure what they want to do on 3rd down. Well, Jeff, this is a kind of game that we talked about a bunch of different scenarios at the start. One of them was if our offense can't beat their defense, it would be hard for us to compete in the game, and that's what's happened. Our defense hasn't played badly, just our offense hasn't been able to score points.
I think you're right. And plus, we didn't get the turnovers like we thought we were. That was going to be a key in this ball game as well. The defense somehow, or special teams, needed to come up with a big play, which, when my perspective, would be a turnover. Now, the kickoff return team, I think they executed beautifully throughout this game. So from that perspective, that gets an A+. But we didn't get that turnover from our defensive unit. And you definitely, when you beat the Rockets, you got to do that.
3rd and 15. Chandler's going to throw it out to the edge on a wide receiver screen. I thought it touched the ground, but they'll say no. The catch is made by Shelton.
Tackled by McElroy, too.
And Corey McElroy has been, I think he's the leading tackler this season. He's had a bunch again tonight. So the Rockets will face 4th down. And short, well, I said short, but 11 isn't very short. They were near the stick, just the wrong stick. And as the play clock winds down, the game clock now under a minute to go, they'll punt this one probably with about 40 seconds to go on the game clock. Looks like they may even just take a penalty.
No?
Now they call another timeout?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Tony, moving forward, my question to you is, okay, you're Larry Hill. You're disappointed in the outcome, obviously. But beside the outcome, what did we see on the football field from our team that we can take positively and move it forward the next week?
That's a question the coaches are going to have to look at film and figure out, because there are positives. Our kick returns were very good most of the night. I thought our defensive play wasn't bad. I don't know that it was excellent, but we made a lot of good defensive plays. We made a lot of good stands. We contained them, especially in the second half, but they already were up 21-0, so that they can argue that. But we did enough to slow them down that if our offense could have put pressure on their defense, it would have been a different game.
I agree 100% with your assessment on that. The defense played pretty darn well, but didn't get any help from their offense to help them out. You're exactly right.
So McCormick will line up to punt. And this is an end-over-end kick that Livingston won't try to field. And it'll roll down to the 10.
It's a great punt, isn't it?
And a 15-second punt play.
Yeah, his statistics went way up on
yes,
that.
They did.
That's about a 60-yard punt, and it rolled probably 55 of it.
I think it's closer to 50, but yeah.
50, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a good punt by McCormick, who averages 41 yards a kick this season, so it's not like on his previous 13 punts, and he's only punted 13 times in the previous 5 games.
And you know what? I'm going to give him some more credit as the punter of the team. His shoes are taped. He has white tape on the outside, and we always used to tape your ankles, over your shoe. He punts with it that way. You rarely see that.
Yeah, you're right.
Pretty darn good.
So the Rangers, with 25 seconds to go, have a 1st and 10 from their own 10. One play and the game should be over. Williams hands it. Is that Frash?
Yeah.
And the gain of a couple of yards up to the 13 will probably be the final play of the game. Rangers will not run another play. So that'll do it. The Judson Rockets will come into Ranger Stadium and blank the Rangers 28-0. 28-0, the final score. As the Rangers will fall to 2-4 overall and 2-2 in District 26-6A. Judson improves to 6-0 and 4-0. We'll be back with tonight's postgame show as the Rockets beat the Rangers 28-0 on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal ISD. The Comal Independent School District is a fast-growing and innovative district with more than 23,000 students. Families are attracted to Comal ISD because of its family values, neighborhood schools, and safe environments. Come to Comal ISD. And Chicken Express, home of world-famous chicken tenders and legendary Chicken E sweet tea. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express. And Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event, too. Welcome to Texas 46.
We're back at Ranger Stadium where we have a final score of Judson 28, Smithson Valley nothing. The game is final. The Rangers really just outplayed by arguably the best team in the city and one of the best in the state. An early touchdown on the first drive of the game by Judson, a 10-yard run by Chandler. Then they blocked a punt and returned it for a touchdown after Smithson Valley's drive. They scored later on a 66-yard pass from Chandler to McCormick and made it 21-0. And then a Wisdom 30-yard run in the fourth, late in the third, pardon me, made it 28-0. So the Rockets win it. I won't say with ease because it wasn't easy because I think the Ranger defense played well, but a learning experience for the Rangers who have to get ready and face another really good team at Steele next Friday night.
Absolutely. You know, you definitely want to take a look at the film, and there are some positives that came out of tonight, Tony. And I think for certain individual players, they played very well. They played against one of the better teams, like you mentioned, that you're going to play against in this area of the state of Texas. So take the positives, learn from the things that you could have done better. And there's a lot of areas that they could have executed, and some penalties, I say they're dumb penalties. In other words, they're unforced penalties. Those will kill your momentum or your drives. And the Rangers did some of that tonight as well. So all in all, they didn't put it together to play against one of the better teams. But you know what? That's why they're that good too. And like I said, you got to, don't get your dauber down. You got to learn from it and get ready to play next week.
And a lot of reasons why Judson was ready to play because the Rangers had upended them in overtime last weekend when the Rockets were on their way to a good season, and they still completed well. But the Rockets fell to the Rangers last year 40-37 in overtime, and that was probably on some of these Rockets' minds as they came out here tonight. But the Rockets win it 28-0. They shut out the Rangers. First time the Rangers have been shut out this year, and we'll have to check the records to see when the last time they were shut out. As the Rangers fall again to 2-4 overall and 2-2 in District 26 6A. Judson 6-0 and 4. So for Jeff Gandy and everyone involved in Bowitch Productions, this is Tony Brubaker saying good night and God bless. The Rangers fall to the Rockets 28-0.